Everybody, how's it going? Today is October 27th, 2022. It is a Thursday. You know what that means. Time for some Monster Strike news. Let's get going because we have been given a surprise. Well, I think people were expecting it to come anyway. I've hinted at it as anyway. But before we get into that, of course, they did go over the apology and the details of how the 9-year anniversary popular vote will be restarted. You will be able to pick up a new fandama starting on the 28th of October, which shouldn't be too far off from this video. It will be available to be picked up at 4 a.m. Japan time when the day starts, but the gacha will not be available until noon that time. Hopefully it works out. Do note that the design of the fandama will be a little different. I assume there's just some visual thing that they needed to do to show that it's different from the bugged version that we got earlier. So it's just going to look like a blue orb. Don't be freaked out by that. That is well expected and actually a sign that it's working, hopefully working properly. We'll see how it goes at noon tomorrow, but we will be able to pull at that time finally. But here's the thing that I was talking about. There's always a collab in November, and this month we are getting Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man, definitely a very popular anime from what I've heard. As you would expect, I know absolutely nothing about this anime at all. Just, some passing by news from, the Hinatazaka members that I follow. And of course, the general public. That name came up quite often in terms of collabs they would love to see with Monster Strike. So, no surprise here that it's, well, I guess it's a little surprise. It's quite recent. But it will begin on November 1st, midnight. So the moment it becomes November, we will be taking on Chainsaw Man together. So let's take a look at the gacha monsters that will be available for the collab. First, of course, we get Chainsaw Man. He is in the light element, and his stats are here. We've got Super Null Gravity Barrier, Null Magic Circle, Null Transport Wall, and Null Element Resist. For the gauge, we have Counter Slayer and Soul Steel. For his strike shot, it is a 16+8 speed and power up, and there will be a follow-up attack after he's done moving, and there will be a healing and HP and all status effects after the follow-up is completed. Bomb combo is a light all enemy pierce splitting bullets. This is a first for a gacha monster, by the way. And we also get a new level up of the trident of the chip saw. It is a trident chip saw now. Also do note that Chainsaw Man is a pierce and balance type, so pretty nice combo of skills here. And of course, I keep saying it's always good to see Null Transport Wall on these monsters. That does give them a good future in the life of the game, because we do know that Transport Wall is going up in usage, and since it's a pretty annoying gimmick if you don't have, it's gonna be important in the future. So Chainsaw Man, not too bad. Of course, for the strike shots, make sure you do watch the news video. There will be eventually an official YouTube channel of how they use the characters to actually see that strike shot in action. In exchange, when I do my rundown video a little bit later, when the gacha actually starts, we will be going over the details of the various strike shots, so that all of those mechanical, numerical details about the collab will be fully detailed out for you. Next monster for the gacha will be Power. She is Majin Power is how they describe her. And her ability, she is a balance type. She has Super Null Damage Wall, Null Speed Down Wall, Laser Barrier Slayer, Gauge Multiplier Attainment, which of course means even if you miss your gauge, you will get full attack power. On the gauge, unsurprisingly, Null Block, and we also get Inner Strength as well. Strike Shot is a 15+8, Speed and Power Up, and she will do a follow-up attack to the first enemy she hits. Bump Combo is a Choza 2 Static Electricity and the Super Shining Pillar. And of course, Shining Pillar is not a very favorable bump combo. It is fully RNG based, and that's not what you want from a bump combo, a powerful bump combo at least, right? If it hits it, you're gonna get the bump combo. The good damage on the weak point, for example. Yes, it's powerful, but it's an unreliable bump combo, which is just not the best thing, right? But you do have a Laser Barrier Slayer on the main, which is always cool to see. That giving the bonus to the bump combos. Seeing like block, speed down wall, and damage wall, not too bad of a combo, I think. But we'll have to see how people can use her in the meta. And last but not least, we have Hayakawa Aki in the water element. His skills are null damage wall, super minesweeper M, super laser soft, and then on the gauge, null transport wall and drain. Strike shot is a 12+12 speed and power up, and he will do a follow-up attack on the first enemy hit as well. Did I? Hold on. Yeah, I guess because I changed the text, so it must be actually saying, you know, I get concerned sometimes when you know, because I am just, you know, updating the template I have for the you know, these character cards for the players. So occasionally I screw up and leave it the way it is, but yeah, both of them are for the first enemy hit. So okay. Bump combo is a super 4-way splitting bullet and a marking missile. So obviously, you know, I'm just gonna keep praising till the high end that the null transport wall ability, always good to see on collab monsters. That does give them hope for life after the collab ends, right? So we'll have to see. And you know, a pretty cool little fox familiar, is that the right word? I don't know, that he has with him that does help him with the strike shot attack. Again, make sure you check out the official videos for how the strike shot is. Alright, let's keep going. Next up, the 4-5 star monsters from the gacha. We've got both Higashiyama Kobeni in the wood element and Himeno in the dark element. Both of them will be available in the gacha as your 4-5 star monsters. As usually is the case, we don't get the details ahead of time for these characters, but in general, it is always good to get at least one of each in your box, probably two, just in case. But these characters are going to be in the gacha as well. So these 5 characters will be in the upcoming Chainsaw Man gacha. It again starts at midnight on November 1st. So just as it turns November, we are going to be able to start gachaing. It'll last for 18 days until the 18th of November, which by that time I will be in Japan and Korea. So that'll be interesting to make sure I actually finish this ahead of time. Yikes. For the paid collab pack, you are going to be picking up Makima, which I guess is quite a popular character in the game. She is part of the paid pack, so if you want to have her in the game, you will need to pony up money to get this pack there. I believe it's 1,000 yen now. I'm surprised they don't have the price on the slide, but yeah, I believe that was the case. Don't sue me if I'm wrong though. Not only do you get the character, but you also get those helpful items to get you kickstarted in the game, especially if you're new. But art looks really nice, Makima there, and look at her stats: super null gravity barrier, null warp barrier. On the gauge, we have null transport wall and status effect inner strength. Strike shot is a 20+8 speed and power up, and she will reduce HP of the monster that went directly before her. Right, so she'll take that HP, bring down your total HP by that much. And then the amount of attack she does afterwards will scale based on the HP spent. So very interesting strike shot there. Definitely, again, recommend watching it in action to see how it looks. But bump combo, power drive, and Chozutsu homing 8, both in the dark element, not too bad. And that's usually in the case that we see from these paid pack monsters. They're good, nothing breaking. But also nothing like essential, right? Like it's not gonna be you need to get it, but it's a pretty good to have kind of thing. And again, just seeing null transport wall on the kit, always a little bit of more plus in my mind that it'll be a nice character to pocket. But of course, if you're like me and you are a completely free-to-play player, you know, you just have to say sorry. Sweet. The event monsters in the collab, we're gonna get Sawatari Akane in the fire element. You get Eternity Devil in the wood. We get the Leech Devil in the light. This is going to be the direct drop quest that's available 24/7. And then you also have the 4-5 star quest with the Zombie Devil and the Bat Devil available to farm at all times. But again, they are only 4-5 star characters. So these are your 5 quests that will be available for the collab for now. I'm sure on the next Monster Strike news we'll get something coming later. But for now, these are the 5 quests that we are going to deal with. Here are a glimpse at some collab missions. You can see that there are going to be 2 sections basically. You're going to be given a set of missions in the yellow zone. Once you complete all of those missions, you'll be able to take on a promotion test. A shokaku shiken. I don't know if there's a appropriate wording for that in the anime world, but just translating it directly, it's a promotion test, right? And so you get 2 options on what to do for the promotion tests. If you clear that, you'll unlock the next set of missions. And then again, you clear those, another test, and then finally a 3rd set of missions for you to complete. Now, what can you get? What can you get from these rewards? Well, you get Denji and Makima together as a character there. Sorry, a Monster Strike character there. So I guess this is a nice scene that you fans would love, but you will be picking up, this is the free monster that you get by completing missions. And well, here's the breakdown, right? You can see that by completing the first set of missions, you get 40 copies of that pair, as well as some good job stickers. And then we get some, we get to have the test, the promotion test, right? More, or in this case, we get some alternate strike shot voices and a Tokudama in your pocket. Then on the bottom right in yellow, you can see all of your rewards that you get for the next set of missions, 40 more copies of their pair and more strike shot alternate voices and good job stickers. Then the second test again gives you more strike shot alternate voices and the Tokudama. And finally the last set of missions will top you off with 32 more copies of the pair, and you get a cute little Pochita badge that you can put next to your name when you play co-op. Of course, don't forget there will be plenty of login rewards. On day 1 you'll be getting a good job sticker of Pochita, and day 3 and 6 you'll be picking up some Tokudamas as well. And as is the case with collabs, you will always be able to use the paid pack monster and the free to collect monster via missions. They will always be functioning as max luck monsters for the duration of the collab. Of course, if you want them to stay max luck, you will need to max luck them. Obviously that's not possible with the paid pack monster, but for the missions you can obviously keep them at max luck afterwards. And that's it for the collab. We'll go into standard Monster Strike details now. Hopefully you have not forgotten to finish up the one-shot strike event that will be ending very soon on the 29th of October at 11:59 a.m. Japan time. This is your opportunity to pick up a Connect Scroll, which is a very, very, very rare item. This is a very easy quest. Please make sure you don't lose your opportunity to pick up that Connect skill. You also get 3 free, basically, max luck monsters along the way. So please make sure to finish that before it goes away. Also, of course, on the 30th of October is Monster Strike Day. You can pick up a orb ticket, which is, of course, a little bit sad to see that they've moved the actual orbs to a ticket. Remember, you can only exchange them if you have less than 200 orbs on hand. But other rewards that you can pick up on Monster Strike Day is a level scroll, 3 copies of your travel bell, and if you have 3 or more lucky monsters, you can also pick up 10,000 soul points. They also announced a new Chokyukyoku quest, Insidious. Longinus will be our next opponent there, and of course this is a Monster Strike exclusive quest, will only be available on Monster Strike Day, and her first drop will be on the 30th of October starting at 8 p.m. Japan time. So if you want to take her on, make sure you stay up a little late for those of you in the US to take her on. And of course, a Chokyukyoku Monster Strike Day quest means there is a full version of that. No badges, no able berries. Take her on with your monsters in their natural state. We'll see how it works. The alternate art always looks nice, I think. Right, this is the basic, this is the alternate art. You can only get the alternate art if you complete the Fu quest. And then we got the announcement of a Transcension Kai. It is going to be Chiyo. I know Shiro is going to be really happy about that. Here's how she looks. Ultimate Innovator Custom is her, I guess, transcended name. But here's her stats. We've got, I'm just going to call her Chiyo, so that's fine. No transport wall, dark element resist, bump combo boost, and then we have dash on the gauge. No gravity barrier, dark element slayer for the connect skill, and the requirement there is just to have 2 different types than herself, which she is a power type, so as long as you have 2 non-power types, that's your goal. Strike shot 16 plus 4, and she will increase her attack after every wall hit, the iconic Kabedon strike shot. And the bump combo is a Chozutsu Pierce homing 8. Not sure why the H is not capitalized, but you also get some Chozutsu slashes after that. Yeah, I'm not... That's weird that the font was... or the capitalization was off of that. But anyways, you know, always... Again, be getting transport wall. That's good to see. I do believe people are saying that she would be good for Castle 9, but I do believe her connect skill might be getting in the way a little bit. You know, again, I think the good monsters were power type for the class. I haven't gotten there yet, so I don't know. I can't speak from experience, but people are excited then a little bit. I think it dampened a little bit as a result. But I'm actually excited. You know, Chiyo's one of my, you know, one of the old characters that I really like. So good to see her getting a Kai finally. The Monster Strike Pro Tour will be revving up again. It will be starting in November. So if you are in Japan, go ahead and consider seeing if you want to take a look. It is available for audiences to watch in person. 9 teams from the pro groups that have been participating in the past will be available here. They'll be doing, you know, I think those round robin attack. No, I don't know if it's round robin, but basically it's interesting. There's 9 teams, but on those 3 days they're going to be playing for points, and the top 5 will be making it to the final in Tokyo. And that's it for today. Next Monster Strike News is actually 1 day earlier than usual. It's been a while since we've done that, but of course I do believe that is something tied to the collab. Want to give people enough time to be able to do what they needed to do to finish things up. So and it's, well, actually it's right after it starts, right? It starts on the first midnight, so like just 40 hours after the collab starts, we're going to get some more news. So it'll be interesting what they add there. Absolutely, 100% they're going to add more stuff to the collab, right? We didn't even get an Insidious announcement, right? So probably it doesn't make sense for me to do my rundown video until after that news. Yeah. Anyways, here's the next week's Lucky Monsters. Take a look. Make sure you pick them up. They may help you farm the collab easier. So remember, you just need at least 3 to make your life easier with that 3rd chest. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Monst has all of the slides that you saw earlier. So if you want to take a look at it again, Monst is my suggestion. Or go ahead and join us in the Discord channel to see other folks who love the game, speak English, and we'll be able to help you out. So that's it for me today. Thanks for watching again.